Cassandra Thompson. Today we're going to be doing an interview, joining us today.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
So I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions about your career field, if you don't mind. Starting out with number one, could you please tell me about your current employer and your current role?
Yes, absolutely. So I am a high school English teacher at Austin Prep. It's in Reading, Massachusetts. So it's a private school and it's grades 6 to 12th grade. And I mostly teach 10th grade. I do a couple 11th grade classes, 11th to 12th grade classes. And I'm an English teacher and I'm also a coach. So I coach a bunch of different sports as well.
Awesome. How are the sports teams, the seasons going this year? Good?
Yeah, it's good. I coached middle school soccer in the fall, and then I did the ski team, and I'm currently doing JV girls tennis. So yeah,
Oh,
it's a pretty big sports school. So
you're
yeah.
doing it all. You're doing it all.
Yeah,
That's
thanks.
awesome.
Yes.
Um, moving on to the next question. As someone who's been in this field for a little time now, what skills do you find necessary to be successful in education?
Yeah, absolutely. As a teacher, I think the skills that are necessary are definitely organization. We have a pretty busy moving schedule, and I teach 4 different classes. So I would say organization is really important. And then also just empathy, right? Working with high school students. I also help with some middle school sports teams. I think just understanding them and being understanding and empathetic has definitely helped me as a teacher. So those are probably my two most important ones, I would say.
Awesome, awesome. And is there a difference teaching high school? Like, is the approach different than, say, a different age group, or did you find it's like one size fits all?
Yeah, I would say even last year I taught 9th grade and there's just different challenges or different successes. So I think at least with the middle school age and middle school coaching, they have a lot of energy. So you have to really be creative with what you're doing
Sure.
versus some of the 11th, 12th grade classes, you can get sort of into more complex discussions and so I try to vary the difficulty and the activities that I do. But yeah, there's a lot of great things about all different ages.
Interesting. Nice. Yeah, it's a fascinating field that I think a lot of
Yeah.
students here are really interested in going into. So that's super helpful to know. So this one is kind of like a two-parter. Is there anything that students can be doing now to prepare them for this field, such as like a club, organization, class, or experience? And I guess the part two to that would be, what did you do during your time in college that you think set you up well for your profession now?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll first answer what I think would be helpful. So I majored in English and psychology at Holy Cross, and I didn't know I wanted to be a teacher. I got my master's after at Boston College in education, but I think if I had known, I remember I had a couple education classes, Professor Fisher, and I just loved it. It was really incredible. So I think if I had known I was going to go into that field, I would have taken more education classes just because I think having that specific instruction in the field is really helpful. And then in terms of, I guess this kind of goes hand in hand, but I remember I did Big Brother, Big Sister for 4 years when I was at Holy Cross. So I think that definitely helped me. I started with a 4th grade girl and then was with her the whole time. So I used to go to her school and we just check in and chat. And I think that was really helpful for me to learn about working with kids
Sure.
and just having those conversations. And then I also did the writer's workshop. So I used to edit essays. So I think yeah, just the more opportunities, like working for Worcester that you can do that will help you with the field, working with kids, or if you're going into English specifically, doing some sort of like English club, I would say those really helped me working
Interesting.
as a teacher now.
So it's safe to say that like the Holy Cross kind of gave you some of the resources that turned out to be really helpful. Is
Yeah,
it,
absolutely.
did you find that your passion for teaching was something you found while in like here, or was this kind of like, I know coming into it, you didn't necessarily know, but when did the light bulb switch?
Yeah, I would say probably maybe junior, senior year. I wasn't in the education program, but I just kind of decided I wanted to go into the education field. Again, I think, yeah, definitely from my Holy Cross experiences. And so I applied senior year to get my master's in education. So yeah, I think probably toward the end of my Holy Cross experience, I decided I always knew I wanted to do something with people. So I just wasn't sure exactly what that would look like. But yeah, definitely my Holy Cross experiences influenced my decision.
Yeah, that's super useful to know because from what it seems, myself included, like a lot of
Yeah,
people come in and as a freshman, sophomore, it's like, well, you have to know right then and there. But I
right.
mean, you're a living example of someone that found out a little bit later and still became very successful in what you do.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
awesome. Yeah. So
Thanks.
there's no pressure for anyone listening. It's okay if you don't know
Yes.
your answer right now.
Yes, for sure.
Um, so would do you think there is anything you wish that you had known when you started out this field? Like maybe something you found out partway through, or just something that would have been beneficial to know from the get-go?
Yeah, absolutely. I think with applying to jobs, I remember I first applied to a lot of different jobs. I think I maybe applied to 50 jobs. And
Oh,
I applied to private schools and public schools. And I think just being open, I used to work in Waltham at a private school, and I've been at my school now for 2 years, and my other school about 6 years. So I went to public schools, and I think I love where I'm at. The kids are amazing. And I think just being open to different job opportunities, it's maybe not what you expect, but I think it can be really rewarding. So
sure.
just open to trying different things.
And even maybe doing like a shadow program. I think we have something
Yeah.
like that here. Yeah. I mean,
Yes. Yeah. I
sounds
would
like
be open to that as well.
yeah. And in the public private, did you know you wanted to go private, or was it you were just kind of open to whoever would take you?
Yeah, I applied to both. Some of
Mhm.
my siblings went to private schools. So, and it's what I liked the best when I had interviews.
Yeah.
So, and then I've just stayed ever since. But yeah, it's been a
Awesome.
really good experience. It's nice to have the smaller classes at a private school. Yeah.
Awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's good to see.
Um, and just for the final question, do you think there's anything else important that you would like to share about either your personal journey or the profession as a whole that you think would be beneficial to put out there?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I used to work at a private school, but the school I work at now is a Catholic school. So I think that a lot of the Holy Cross, the mission of developing the whole person, is very similar to the school where I work now. So I like just also finding a place that fits for you and has that purpose. I think has been really nice for me to have that like spiritual community. And I I just think it's been a really good connection for me. So I guess just finding a place where you feel happy and again being open to different opportunities that you might not expect. And yeah, it's been a good experience for me. So I'm definitely happy. I'm happy where I am now at my new job.
It's great advice, and it's great to hear that seems like you're thriving in your current setting, which is very important. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
So that is all I had for today. Thank you again
Perfect. Hey, thank you. Thanks, Brandon.
for being part of this, and
Yeah, absolutely. And if anyone ever wants to like come to Awesome Prep and see what I do, I would be definitely open to the shadow program as well.
awesome. You guys heard it here. Austin Prep is this is a great opportunity.